Hi there, I'm Joanna, and in this video series, I'm focusing on what coaching is and isn't. So let's bust a myth right now because this one is everywhere. There's this idea that coaching means someone sits across from you and tells you exactly what to do, that they diagnose your problem, prescribe a solution, and boom, that's coaching. But let me say this clearly, that's not coaching. That's advising. And confusing the two is why so many leaders think coaching doesn't work. I hear this one all the time. Just tell me what to do. Can't you please hold me accountable? Oh, and that's a part of it. Can you just give me the answer? And what should I say? What's the best move or the right move to make in this particular situation? And sometimes people come to me and say, "Are you a coach that just asks a lot of questions?" And I'm like, "Y Yeah, I am. I might share some resources, but I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's your life and it's your situation, but I am a thought partner, and I can notice things and reflect things." We've been conditioned to think that more advice equals better leadership. But advice is a shortcut, at least it seems that way to me. And the people who trained me how to be a coach, quite frankly, the International Coaching Federation doesn't want coaches to be advice monsters. There's a name for it. And advice usually bypasses the actual issue and I think disrespects the coachee, their access to their own wisdom. I believe that every person I coach has the answer within them. Advice typically only touches the symptom. Coaching rewires the pattern and hopefully helps change your thinking by being curious and asking lots of questions. Coaching is not about telling you what to do. Coaching is about helping you access your own wisdom, the wisdom you already have, but maybe you can't see because you have blinders on, or maybe you're not seeing clearly because you're under stress or pressure, or maybe you have some old conditioning. When I coach leaders, especially conscious leaders, if you're an unconscious leader, you're probably not going to resonate with me and we're probably not going to be a good fit. When I'm working with conscious leaders, we're not working at the level of tasks. We are working on the level of awareness, identity, emotional intelligence. I talk a lot about nervous system regulation, personal responsibility, aligned action, and really living a values centered life. Like, who are you at your core? Advice gives you a fish. Coaching teaches you how your nervous system patterns and beliefs keep you from seeing the ocean. Let me explain why telling someone what to do rarely changes anything. When someone gives you advice, your nervous system stays dysregulated, your patterns stay intact, and your identity stays unchanged. Your inner critic remains unchallenged, and your behavior, the one you're trying to change, doesn't stick. Advice solves in the moment. Coaching identifies the cycle and helps develop a path to work on that cycle. The problem in leadership is almost never the thing you're asking advice about. It's the underlying conditioning, the fear of being seen, people pleasing, perfectionism, a close relationship with anger or too close a relationship with anger, approval seeking, reactivity. See the point above about anger, and emotional shutdown. Advice cannot fix those problems running below the level of consciousness. Coaching can because it brings those patterns into awareness through curiosity. And that's where all the questions come from. The science behind why coaching is more effective than advice giving is your brain is wired to hold on to insights you discover for yourself, not information someone hands you. Self generated insight activates your prefrontal cortex, your decision making centers, your emotional regulation systems, and your long term memory. When I ask you a question that creates an aha moment, that click in your brain is forming a new neural pathway. That's neuroplasticity, that's transformation, and that's coaching. Advising looks like you should tell your team to do X, or advising is you need better boundaries, or stop taking everything personally. Well, no one should take things personally, but coaching looks like what part of the situation activated something old in you? What boundary did you override? What truth didn't you say? What outcome would feel aligned for you? One answers the question, and one awakens awareness. One gives direction, and one expands consciousness. When I first started, I was an advice monster because I was used to being a leader of an organization, and I called myself a coaching leader because I gave a lot of advice. Don't get me wrong, advising has value. Mentoring has value. Consulting has value. I was one in a previous career, but they aren't the same as coaching, I've now come to understand. And the danger happens when leaders think they're getting coaching, when what they're really getting is advice dressed up as coaching. Advice changes what you do, coaching changes who you are. The reason leaders experience so much transformation in my coaching containers is simple. I help you learn to trust yourself, to learn to hear your truth. You learn to regulate your nervous system. You learn to respond instead of react. And you learn who you are as a leader. Advising can't do that. Conscious leadership coaching can and does. If you're ready to move beyond surface solutions and into deeper awareness, real transformation, I have a couple of options for you. I'd like to invite you to join the waitlist for the Awareness Leadership Advantage Mastermind. Depending on when you watch this, I start a cohort in January and I start a cohort in July. Or if you're craving a powerful one-on-one session, you could start by learning your Enneagram type with the core lens strategy session, or do one-on-one coaching using the Awareness Leadership Mastermind curriculum. Coaching is not about telling you what to do. Coaching helps you remember who you are. And I'd love to take this journey with you. And until we see each other again, I hope you have a powerful day.